Today, listen to the show to get a very native and natural way to show people what's happening in your life by setting your sentence up with this special phrase. Learn about it today.
Hey, Lindsay, how's it going?
It's going really well, Michelle. How are you?
I want to apologize for the condition of my voice. Getting over a little bit of a sore throat here, guys, but I am super happy to be here, and I apologize for the way I sound, but you know.
It happens to the best of us, Michelle. I mean, both of us have been sick on this show before.
Yeah.
Right? And we show up for our listeners. You know, we show up and we try to give you guys the best of ourselves here. So that's all right, Michelle. Let's see how we can do today. We'll do our best.
That's right. That's right. But I have a question for you.
All right. I'm ready.
Do you have a lot of free time to go to the gym?
Oh, I barely have time to do yoga on YouTube, let alone actually go to the gym.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's kind of me too.
I feel like that's so true this week. I'm like swimming and things to do. It's crazy. But I'm so excited because my landlady is having a birthday today and we're going to surprise her with a cupcake because she's like 80 years old and she's so sweet and it's going to be great.
Oh, that's so nice. That's cute. Oh, that's,
yeah.
Are you making the cupcake or buying?
No, we're going to buy it. But I don't think she knows that we know it's her birthday. So that'll be fun.
Well, that's nice. It sounds like you have a good relationship with her. I know that sometimes that doesn't always happen.
No, that doesn't always happen. No, that's true.
Cool. Well, Lindsay, what do we want to remind our listeners of today?
Guys, I want to remind you that if you want to follow along and get every word of every episode that you hear on the show, subscribe to the podcast. Go to allearsenglish.com/subscribe. Okay.
All right. Awesome. So today we have a listener question about this very short phrase that we used. What was the phrase?
The phrase is let alone. Let alone.
So
Jeez.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if our listeners picked up on that, but you actually used that in the beginning when you were talking about going to the gym, right? What did you say?
Okay. So one more time. I said, I barely have time to do yoga on YouTube, let alone actually go to the gym. Right?
That's funny. Yeah. So, I mean, all right, we're going to get into it. I mean, this is a great phrase. I mean, did that seem natural to you, Lindsay?
It did. It seemed really natural. I think this is a great one. This is one of those top 20 most natural episodes. You know what I mean? The very native language here that you guys are getting. I have a feeling this is a phrase that's never taught in English classes around the world. It's probably not taught, is my guess. So this is very natural. Yeah.
It is very natural. Yeah. I think it can be used in many ways to talk about things like you don't have, you can't do, things like that, while being really specific. So this phrase, I think the key is that it's all about being specific.
Okay. Tell us more. What do you mean by that?
Well, let's read the listener question and then we'll get into it and I'll explain. So stay tuned. Okay. Could you read the question?
All right. Here's the question. Such a perfect episode. Thank you, guys. I guess this student is talking about a previous episode. By the way, recently I used to hear one phrase pretty much, which is let alone. And I could think of what that means, but I'm not sure. Besides, I'm getting a vibe like it's important and great to know, so I would really love it. And I appreciate it if you guys could explain it more. Huge thanks and love from Yemen. And this is from Shrook.
Thank you, Shrook. Yeah, I really like this one. This is a really good question.
Yeah.
And we said it's very natural. So do you use this, Lindsay?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't remember using it recently, but it's so natural. It is, and it's a really good way to emphasize extremes.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I can hardly have enough time to make my lunch, let alone make a gourmet meal, right? When you're trying to emphasize, especially that there's not enough time for something or that something is scarce, I think.
Right. Exactly. I think it sounds very smart. I like it. I would actually like to use it more now that our listener has brought it up because I think it sounds very cool.
It sounds cool.
Yeah. So what does the phrase mean? So yeah, Lindsay, I like what you said. Definitely like the extremes. And I think, another way to understand it is thinking of, basically It's like kind of if you're saying, and especially not, or specifically not, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So for example, this one in the beginning, you said, I barely have time to do yoga on YouTube, let alone actually go to the gym. So what did you mean by that, Lindsay?
Well, basically, I mean, I don't have time to do yoga videos on YouTube, and I definitely don't have time for the gym. If I can't make time for yoga YouTube videos, I definitely can't.